The emergency lights painted Research Station Omega-7 in an eerie red glow. Dr. James Wells pressed his back against the cold metal wall of his lab, trying to slow his breathing. Outside, something moved in the shadows, something that had already killed everyone else on the station. 24 hours ago, everything had been normal. The station's crew of 15 had been going about their usual tasks, studying the unexplored planet below them. James remembered joking with Tom, the head of security, about how boring their assignment was. "Nothing ever happens out here," Tom had said with a laugh. Now Tom was dead, along with all the others. It had started with a simple anomaly, a strange reading from the outer hull sensors. The maintenance team went to check it out. They never came back. When Tom led his security team to investigate, their screams came through the communication system, cut short one by one. James pulled up the security feeds on his tablet, his hands shaking. The creature moved like liquid shadow through the station's corridors, but something was different about its movement now. At first, it had been pure animal fury, tearing through doors and barriers. Now it moved with purpose, studying the station's layout. "Learning." "Computer, status report," James whispered. The AI's calm voice responded. "Hull integrity at 82%. Life support stable. Emergency protocols active. Current life signs detected on station. 2. James felt his heart skip a beat. He was supposed to be the only one left. Unless the creature's biology was similar enough to register as a life sign. A loud crash echoed through the ventilation system above him. James grabbed his research data tablet and dove behind a heavy storage unit. The sounds grew closer, not the random banging of something crawling through the vents, but deliberate movements. It was testing the structure, learning the weak points. The station's defenses had proved useless against it. The automated turrets, the reinforced doors, the electric barriers, the creature had adapted to each one, learning from every failed attempt to stop it. It was intelligent, frighteningly so. James looked at the neural interface device on his workbench, his life's work. It was meant to facilitate communication between different species by creating a direct mental link. If he could just. The vent cover above his head exploded outward. James caught a glimpse of metallic scales and bioluminescent patterns before he scrambled toward the device. His fingers closed around it just as something massive landed behind him. He spun around, and for the first time, saw the creature clearly. It stood nearly 3 meters tall, its body a perfect blend of organic and mechanical elements. Plates of what looked like living metal shifted and moved like muscles under its skin. Its head was elongated and elegant, with no visible eyes but covered in sensory organs that pulsed with soft blue light. James expected to die in that moment. Instead, the creature tilted its head, studying him. It made no move to attack. Slowly, carefully, James raised the neural interface device. You want to communicate, don't you? That's why you're still here. You could have killed me already, but you haven't." The creature's biolights pulsed in a pattern that seemed almost like language. It took a step forward, movements precise and controlled. James stood his ground, though every instinct screamed at him to run. "My name is James Wells," he said, his voice steadier than he felt. "This device, it might help us understand each other." The creature's head lowered to his level. Up close, James could see the incredible complexity of its structure, not just a predator, but something far more advanced than anyone had imagined. Its outer plates shifted, revealing more biolights that pulsed in sync with the ones on its head. As James raised the neural interface toward the creature's head, the station's eye spoke again. "Warning. Unidentified life form attempting to access station systems." The creature wasn't just trying to communicate with him. It was interfacing with the station itself. And somehow, James knew that this was just the beginning of something much bigger than his fear, bigger than the deaths that had led to this moment. He was about to understand why this being had come here, and why it had chosen him to survive. The neural interface hummed to life in James's hands. The creature, still watching him with its array of bioluminescent sensors, reached out one metallic limb and touched the device gently. Its movements were so precise that not a single one of its sharp edges even scratched the equipment. "Beginning neural sync," the station's AI announced. "Warning: unknown biological patterns detected." James took a deep breath. "Continue with the sync. Override safety protocols." The creature's lights pulsed faster as the interface created a connection. Suddenly, James's mind filled with images and sensations that weren't his own. He saw vast cities made of living metal, ships that grew rather than were built, and a civilization that had reached heights humanity could barely imagine. Then came the darkness. War, fear, extinction. The neural link stabilized, and words formed in James's mind. Not spoken language, but pure concepts and meanings. Asterisk last survivor. Shadowhunter. Need help asterisk. James steadied himself against his workbench. You can communicate through the interface. You're the last of your kind. Asterisk yes. Galactic Council ordered extinction. Fear drove them. Fear always drives them asterisk. The creature, the Shadowhunter, moved to the lab's main computer terminal. Its limbs shifted and reformed, creating connections with the system. Data began flowing across the screens faster than James could read it. "Why did you come here?" James asked, though he was beginning to understand. "Why kill the others but spare me?" Asterisk others attacked. Followed protocols. You, different. You create bridges between minds. Need this technology. Must preserve memory of my people asterisk. James watched as the Shadowhunter interfaced with the station's systems. It wasn't just accessing data, it was sharing its own. The screens filled with information about its species, biological data, historical records, technological achievements. "The Galactic Council thinks your kind are just monsters," James said, "but you're so much more than that. You're scientists, explorers. Asterisk were peaceful. War changed us. Adapted too well. Became what others feared most asterisk." Through the neural link, James felt the creature's deep sadness. The Shadowhunters hadn't wanted to become living weapons. They had modified themselves to survive a war they didn't start, and their very adaptability had made them targets. "You need somewhere safe," James realized. "Somewhere to store your species' knowledge. And you need someone who can help tell your true story." The Shadowhunter's biolights shifted to a softer pattern. Asterisk keys. "Found your research. Neural interface perfect solution. But need trust. Need understanding asterisk." James stepped closer to the creature, no longer afraid. "I'll help you. But I need to call you something. Would you mind if I called you Ghost?" The Shadowhunter's lights pulsed in what James somehow knew was amusement. Asterisk acceptable name. Humans need words for everything asterisk. A sudden alarm blared through the station. The AI's voice came over the speakers. "Warning. Multiple ships detected entering the system. Matching signatures. Galactic Council fleet." Ghost's outer plates shifted, taking on a more defensive configuration. Asterisk they found me. "Will kill you two now. Should leave asterisk." But James stood his ground. "No. We have time before they arrive. The neural interface works. We can prove to them that they're wrong about your species. And if they won't listen..." He looked at the data flowing across his screens, years of research coming together with Ghost's knowledge. "Then we'll find another way." Ghost's biolights pulsed in a pattern that the neural interface translated as surprise and hope. Asterisk why help? Risk everything. Asterisk. James smiled. Because sometimes the scariest things in the universe just need someone to understand them. And humans, well, we're pretty good at doing what everyone else thinks is impossible. Together, they turned to the computer systems and began to work. They had precious little time to prepare, but they had something the Galactic Council didn't expect: a partnership between humanity's drive to understand and the Shadowhunters' power to adapt. The hunt was about to begin, but this time, The hunters would become the hunted. James's fingers flew across the keyboard as Ghost fed more information into the station's computers. Through their neural link, he could feel Ghost's memories flowing into his mind like a river of light and shadow. "Your people," James said softly. "They were researchers, like me." Ghost's biolights pulsed in agreement. Before war, we explored stars, built living ships, studied life. Created, not destroyed. The screens filled with images of the Shadowhunters' past. Their original form had been different, smaller, less armored, with more delicate limbs suited for detailed work. They had built cities that grew from the ground like crystal gardens, with technology that blended perfectly with nature. "What happened?" James asked, though the answer was already forming in his mind through their shared connection. Others came, wanted our biotechnology. When we refused to give weapons, they attacked The next images made James's heart ache. He saw peaceful worlds burning, living cities shattered. The Shadowhunters, desperate to survive, began to change themselves. With each attack, they adapted. With each battle, they evolved. "You became what you needed to be," James said. "Perfect survivors." Ghost moved to the window, looking out at the stars. Each change made us stronger, faster, better at fighting, but lost pieces of ourselves. Forgot joy of creation, knew only survival. James followed the data trail through the station's systems. Ghost wasn't just sharing memories, it was teaching him how to access the Shadowhunters' vast knowledge of bioengineering. Their adaptations hadn't been random. They had rewritten their own genetic code, merged with machines, all while trying to hold onto their identity as scientists and explorers. The Galactic Council didn't understand, James realized. They saw the weapons you become, but not why you changed. Fear blinds. We adapted too well. Could counter any weapon, solve any attack. Council decided better to kill us than risk us becoming threat. Through their neural link, James felt Ghost's deep pain at remembering the extinction of its people. The Shadowhunters had tried to explain, tried to show they wanted peace, but their very ability to adapt had made them too dangerous in the Council's eyes. "But you saved some of your knowledge," James said, noticing patterns in the data. "You hid it across the galaxy, didn't you?" Ghost's lights brightened. Keys. In places like this station, watching, waiting, looking for species that might understand The neural interface hummed as Ghost shared more technical data. James saw that the Shadowhunters had left pieces of their scientific knowledge in research stations throughout the galaxy, encoded in ways that only curious, questioning minds might discover. "You were testing us," James said. "All those attacks on the station. You were seeing how we would react. If we would just fight, or try to understand." Others shot first. Asked questions never. You, different. Saw beyond fear. Like we once were. James stood up and walked to the main lab table. He pulled up the station's research data, comparing it to what Ghost had shared. "Your biotechnology. It could revolutionize our understanding of neural interfaces. We could help preserve your people's knowledge, show everyone what was lost when the Council acted out of fear." Ghost moved closer, its massive form somehow less threatening now. Dangerous choice. Council will not understand. We'll label you threat to *. "Maybe," James said, a plan forming in his mind, "or maybe that's exactly what we need. The Council fears you because you can adapt to anything they throw at you. But humans," he smiled, "humans are pretty good at adapting too, just in a different way." The station's AI interrupted. Council ships entering long-range scanner range. Estimated time to arrival: 6 hours. Ghost's biolights shifted to a battle pattern. Not much time. "It's enough," James said, pulling up the station's schematics. "Your people were the greatest bioengineers in the galaxy. My people, we're really good at taking existing technology and using it in ways nobody ever expected. Together. Together. Ghost agreed, its lights pulsing with new purpose. We show them true meaning of adaptation. 5 hours until Council fleet arrival. The station's AI announced. James looked at the tactical display, counting the incoming ships. 12 warships, each one designed specifically to hunt shadow hunters. Ghost's metallic limbs moved across multiple control panels at once, its biolights pulsing rapidly. Council ships carry sonic disruptors, designed to shatter our living metal, adapted to previous version of our armor. But you've already changed since their last encounter with your kind, James said, understanding flowing through their neural link. They're fighting the last war, not the current one. Yes. But they bring numbers. Station defenses not enough. James smiled, pulling up the station's inventory on his tablet. Maybe not the normal defenses, but Research Station Omega-7 isn't just any station. We've got experimental tech from half a dozen worlds here. He rushed to the storage units, Ghost following close behind. The massive shadow hunter had to duck under doorways, its form constantly shifting and adjusting to move through the human-sized spaces. James couldn't help but admire how something so powerful could move with such careful precision. Look at this, James said, opening a sealed container. Inside was a prototype gravity manipulator. It was supposed to be for stabilizing mineral extraction operations, but if we modify it. Ghost's lights pulsed with understanding. Can create gravity wells. Trap ships. Exactly. And this. James moved to another container, pulling out what looked like a silver sphere. Experimental field generator. Let's see them use sonic weapons when we can create a bubble of pure silence around the station. Together, they began modifying the equipment. Ghost's incredible adaptability meant it could transform parts of itself to become perfect tools for whatever they needed. James's human creativity found new ways to use technology that its creators had never imagined. Through their neural link, James felt Ghost's growing amazement at human ingenuity. Your species uses everything wrong way. Makes it work better. We call it hacking, James said with a laugh. When you can't overpower something, you find its weak points. Speaking of which, he pulled up the Council ship's specifications that Ghost had provided. Their shields are designed to stop physical attacks. But what if we turned the station's communication array into a carrier wave for your bioelectric pulses? Ghost's entire form rippled with what James now recognized as excitement. Can send adaptive code through their comms, make their own ships fight themselves. They worked faster as the hours ticked by. James had never felt so focused, so alive. Every idea he had, Ghost could instantly understand and improve upon. Every capability Ghost possessed, James found new ways to apply. 3 hours until Council fleet arrival. The AI updated them. James wiped sweat from his forehead, looking at their work. They had transformed the research station into something entirely new. The walls now pulsed with lines of living metal that Ghost had grown through them. Experimental devices had been modified and connected in ways their designers would never recognize. They expect to find one shadow hunter Ghost communicated through their link. Instead will find station that can think, adapt, fight back. And they definitely don't expect a human and a shadow hunter working together, James added. Their tactical computers won't know how to predict what we'll do, because nobody's ever seen anything like us before. The station shuddered as they tested their modifications. Shield harmonics shifted through frequencies faster than any normal system could manage. Weapon systems reconfigured themselves constantly, guided by Ghost's adaptive capabilities and James's unconventional tactics. Still dangerous, Ghost warned. Council ships built for one purpose, our destruction. James checked the neural interface, making sure their connection was strong. You know what humans are really good at? doing the impossible. And we've got something they don't. Ghost's biolights pulsed questioningly. Asterisk what? Asterisk. Trust, James said simply. They're coming here because they don't trust anything they can't control. But we trust each other. And sometimes that makes all the difference. The tactical display blinked as the Council fleet crossed another warning threshold. The hunt was approaching its climax. But this time, the hunters didn't realize they were about to face something unprecedented. The combined adaptability of humanity and Shadowhunter, working as one. With 2 hours remaining until the Council fleet's arrival, James noticed something changing in the neural interface connection. The images and feelings flowing from Ghost were becoming clearer, deeper, more personal. I can see your world, James whispered, his eyes closed as memories that weren't his own filled his mind. I can see your family. Ghost's biolights dimmed to a soft, gentle pulse. Asteriskes. My pod. Before the war, we studied stellar phenomena, created ships that could dive into stars. Asterisk. Through their shared connection, James watched a younger Ghost, in its original form, working with other Shadowhunters. They moved through space in living ships that looked like silver whales, diving into the coronas of stars to gather data. Their joy in discovery was pure and beautiful. You were artists as much as scientists, James said, understanding flowing through him. Every piece of technology you made was beautiful. Asterisk beauty and function, one thing. Not separate like human technology. We grew our tools, loved them like children. Asterisk. The neural interface hummed as Ghost shared more. James felt the horror of the first attacks, the desperation as the Shadowhunters realized they had to change to survive. He experienced Ghost's transformation from a peaceful researcher into a living weapon. It must have been terrible, James said softly, losing so much of what you were. Ghost moved closer, its massive form settling beside James. Asterisk thought all was lost. Beauty, discovery, joy. Then found you. Humans, strange. See beauty in adaptation. Find joy in change. Asterisk. James laughed quietly. We're pretty weird that way. Most species see something dangerous and run away. Humans, we want to understand it. Sometimes we want to be friends with it. Through their link, James shared his own memories, his childhood fascination with alien life forms, his years of study, trying to find ways to bridge the gaps between different species, the excitement when he'd first developed the neural interface technology. Ghost's lights pulsed with curiosity. Asterisk not afraid when I killed others. Why? Asterisk. I was terrified, James admitted, but I saw how you moved, how you learned. You weren't just destroying things randomly. You were testing, analyzing, like a scientist. The station's systems hummed around them, now a perfect blend of human and Shadowhunter technology. Through the windows, James could see the living metal had spread across the hull, creating patterns that were both beautiful and functional. Asterisk Council comes to destroy, Asterisk Ghost communicated. Asterisk what we create. Build new things, like old days. Asterisk. That's what they don't understand about you, James said, standing to check their modifications. You didn't just adapt to become better at fighting. You can adapt to become better at anything, including friendship. Ghost's form shifted, plates realigning as it processed this idea. Asterisk never considered. Adaptation not just for survival. Can adapt to build trust. Understanding. Asterisk. Exactly. And humans, we're pretty adaptable too. We can learn to see past our fears, to find allies in the most unexpected places. The neural interface pulsed stronger, and suddenly James felt Ghost's consciousness merge more deeply with his own. He understood now why the Shadowhunters had been so feared. Their ability to adapt was literally unlimited. But that same ability meant they could also adapt to peace, to friendship, to love. Asterisk 1 hour until Council fleet arrival, Asterisk Ghost communicated through their link, no longer needing the station's eye to track time. Scare you afraid? Asterisk. James reached out and placed his hand on Ghost's living metal surface, feeling the warm pulse of life beneath it. No, because we're not just fighting to survive now. We're fighting to show them something new, something they never expected. Asterisk what? Asterisk. That the most feared predator in the galaxy and a curious human scientist can do more than just survive together. We can change everything. Ghost's biolights rippled with what James now recognized as happiness. Together, they turned to face the approaching fleet, their minds linked, their purpose clear. They would show the Council that adaptation wasn't just about becoming stronger or more deadly. Sometimes it was about becoming something entirely new, something wonderful and unexpected. The Council fleet emerged from hyperspace in perfect attack formation. 12 warships, their hulls gleaming with weapons specifically designed to destroy Shadowhunters. They surrounded Research Station Omega-7 in a sphere pattern, leaving no escape route. Attention Station, a cold voice broadcast on all channels. This is Admiral Reed of the Galactic Council Defense Force. You are harboring a Class Alpha threat. Surrender the Shadowhunter immediately or be destroyed. James stood at the main control panel, Ghost's massive form beside him. Through their neural link, they moved as one, their minds perfectly synchronized. "This is Dr. James Wells," he responded calmly. "Before you open fire, I suggest you scan the station. We're not quite what you're expecting." The Council ship's scanners swept over them. James smiled as he felt their confusion through Ghost's enhanced senses. The station wasn't just a station anymore. The living metal had transformed it into something new. Part structure, part organism, part weapon. Asterisk, they prepare main weapons. Asterisk Ghost communicated. Asterisk sonic disruptors powering up asterisk. "Let them try," James said. He activated their first modification, the experimental field generator. The Council ships fired. Waves of sonic energy designed to shatter living metal shot toward the station, but they hit the field of absolute silence James had created. The deadly sound waves simply ceased to exist. Admiral Reed's voice crackled through again, now showing signs of worry. "What is this? How did you?" "Now," James said. Ghost channeled its bioelectric energy through the modified communication array. The pulse hit the Council ship's communication systems, carrying Ghost's adaptive code. Alarms blared across the enemy fleet as their own ships began to turn against them. "Their shields are adapting," someone shouted over the Council channel. "It's learning our frequencies." Asterisk not learning, asterisk Ghost communicated with satisfaction. Asterisk teaching, showing them how to grow asterisk. The station moved with impossible grace for something its size. The living metal coating its hull shifted and flowed, absorbing enemy fire and turning it into energy. James's modified gravity manipulator created wells of distorted space, trapping 2 Council ships that ventured too close. "Release our ships immediately," Admiral Reed demanded. "This is an act of war against the Council." "No," James replied. "This is an act of peace. You're fighting against what you don't understand. We're trying to help you understand it." Through their neural link, Ghost channeled more power into the station's systems. James guided that power with human intuition, using it in ways no tactical computer could predict. When the Council ships tried to coordinate their attacks, the station split their formation with precisely calculated gravity pulses. Asterisk, they cannot adapt, asterisk Ghost observed. Asterisk too rigid, too afraid of change, asterisk. "Then let's show them something really unexpected," James said, implementing their final strategy. The living metal coating the station began to glow with beautiful patterns of light, the same kind that had once adorned Ghost's homeworld. The patterns told a story in the ancient Shadowhunter way, showing images of peace, of cooperation, of growth and learning. Several Council gunners hesitated, their weapons powered down as they watched the display. Even Admiral Reed fell silent. "Look closely," James broadcast to all ships. You see a monster because you're looking for one. But we're showing you what the Shadowhunters really are. Builders, creators, explorers. They didn't become weapons because they wanted to. They did it to survive. The station's glow intensified, and now the living metal began reaching out, not to attack, but to create. It grew in graceful arcs between the council ships, forming a network of shimmering bridges. Your weapons can't hurt us, James continued. Not because we're stronger, but because we've learned to adapt together. A human scientist and the galaxy's most feared predator, working as one. If we can do this, imagine what else is possible. Ghost's consciousness merged fully with James's through their link. Together, they felt the council ship's crews watching in awe as the station transformed the battlefield into a work of art. Asterisk, they begin to understand. Asterisk, Ghost communicated, hope flowing through their connection. Yes, James said softly. Sometimes the best way to win a battle isn't to fight harder. It's to show them a better way. 1 month after the battle at Research Station Omega-7, James stood before the Galactic Council chambers. Ghost towered beside him, its living metal form drawing gasps from the assembled representatives. But this time, the gasps weren't of fear. Ghost's biolights created beautiful patterns that danced across the chamber walls. Through their neural link, James could feel its calm determination. They had practiced this moment many times. Distinguished members of the council, James began, 1 month ago, you sent a fleet to destroy what you thought was a monster. Instead, you found something that changed everything we thought we knew about adaptation, survival, and understanding. The chamber's main screen displayed images from their battle, not of destruction, but of transformation. The living metal bridges still connected the council ships in orbit around the research station, creating a permanent memorial to the day when fear turned to wonder. Asterisk, show them. Asterisk, Ghost communicated. James nodded and activated their latest creation. The center of the chamber filled with a holographic display. It showed Ghost's homeworld as it had once been, then its destruction, and finally something new. The sanctuary they had built from the remains of Research Station Omega-7. We call it Haven, James explained. A place where species labeled as too dangerous can find understanding instead of extinction, where we can learn from each other instead of fearing our differences. Admiral Reed, now their strongest supporter, stood up from his council seat. In 1 month, their sanctuary has already helped us understand 3 species we had classified as threats. The Shadowhunters' ability to adapt, combined with human creativity and compassion, has opened doors we never knew existed. Ghost moved forward, its form shifting to appear less imposing while maintaining its natural grace. For the first time, it spoke directly to the council through the neural interface system they had developed. Asterisk, my people evolved to survive. Humans evolved to understand. Together, we show new path. Not survival of strongest. Survival of most willing to learn, to change, to grow. Asterisk. James watched as the council members leaned forward, experiencing for the first time the pure thoughts and emotions of a being they had once feared above all others. Through the neural interface, they felt Ghost's memories, its pain, its hope for the future. We're not asking you to forget the past, James continued. The wars, the fears, they were real. But we're asking you to adapt, just as we have, to see that the very things that make a species dangerous can also make them invaluable allies. He gestured to the images of Haven. The station had grown into something beautiful, its living metal structures flowing like frozen music. Species from across the galaxy now came there to learn, to change, to find new ways of being. Humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our determination, James said. It's our ability to look at something everyone else fears and see the possibility of friendship, to take the hand, or claw, or tentacle, of someone different from us, and say, let's find a better way together. Ghost's biolights pulse with pride and affection. Asterisk, James showed me human way. Not just adapt to fight. Adapt to understand, to create, to love. Now we show others. Asterisk. The council chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. Then, one by one, the representatives began to stand, not in fear or anger, but in acceptance and hope. The council's first speaker approached James and Ghost. "We were wrong," she said simply. "About the Shadowhunters, about humanity's role in the galaxy, about so many things. This sanctuary of yours, Haven, we want to support it, to learn from it." James smiled, feeling Ghost's joy through their link. "That's why we're here. Not to blame, not to demand justice for the past, but to invite you to be part of the future we're building." Asterisk together, asterisk Ghost added, its lights creating a pattern that everyone in the chamber now recognized as an expression of friendship. Asterisk all species, all adaptations, all part of greater whole asterisk. As James looked around the chamber, he saw what he and Ghost had worked so hard to achieve. Fear transforming into understanding, suspicion into curiosity, hatred into hope. They had shown the galaxy that the most dangerous things in the universe were often just waiting for someone brave enough to offer friendship. The story of the human who befriended the galaxy's most lethal predator became legend. But more importantly, it became a beginning. The first chapter in a new way of seeing the universe and all the wondrous, terrifying, beautiful things within it.